was 21, he wrote in his diary that he wanted to do something that would benefit not only one or two people, but humanity at large. And he said that he would dedicate his life to helping the oppressed.
Embarking on that passion, Sir Randol Fawkes, then 24, was called to the Bahamas bar.
When I first saw him, I said, oh, this is a short little guy. I could see that he seemed to me to be extremely shy. I noticed in his office were pictures of people like Abraham Lincoln, Winston Churchill, Einstein, and I said, this fella is different.
Charged with a powerful intellect, vision, charisma, and a will of steel, Sir Randol was undeniably different.
My memory of him has to do with his sitting at a table, always studying, always reading. And Sir Randol was always purchasing books. At one time, he begged him not to buy anymore because the books were everywhere. He was a true scholar.
He also was very artistic. He had a pronounced flair for the arts. And I think that was what his personality more was like. It was flamboyant, it was showy, and it was flashy.
To Sir Randol, everyone was family. He adored people and took this brotherly love for others everywhere life took him.
People refer to them as the common man. He had a love for the common man. He wanted the working man to be treated with more dignity, more respect.
Well, he would say, we are a majority people and we have minority problems.
Underlying problems with the potential to shake the country's well-being, demoralize workers, and hinder progress.
It started by him helping one person at a time.
In 1955, he formed the first union, and I think they were street sweepers and garbage collectors, and he went right on carpenters and stonemasons, people like that, and until he had a lot of unions, and he called them the Bahamas Federation of Labor. I think he received his inspiration from the Burma Road riot. Some of it. I think it showed him the way how and what to do and what not to do. There was looting and smashing of glasses, and I don't think he liked that sort of thing.
Moved by the teachings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Sir Randol recognized that nonviolence is a powerful and just weapon, which cuts without wounding and ennobles the man who wields it.
There was a general strike at one time, and these people were striking for bread and butter, for more bread on their table. He knew that, well, we need more than bread and butter. We need to have our children educated. I'm very proud that there was no bloodshed, but everything was at a standstill. We were being threatened, your house is going to be blown up tonight, and things like that.
I remember very little about the general strike. I was only 5. But I know it was a nation-changing event, and I was told that certain laws came into existence that were not there before.
The strike of '58 demonstrated the true power of the people, and under Sir Randol's leadership, major constitutional and labor reforms were birthed.
At last, achieved majority rule, and I think that my husband was very happy that when the UBP, which was the first government that had been here for about 200 years or more, and the PLP, which was the new black government, when they, it was a sort of gridlock, and they both had 18 seats, and they, there was Randol, who was not a member of either party. He ran as a Labourite, and the Labour, as I said before, they were quite a force.
He proudly took his stance alongside the common man. Sir Randol made a deciding difference to propel the country and his countrymen toward freedom.
He prepared the people's minds for independence. Because as I recall at that particular time, way back, people were not really conditioned for it. And one matter that kept cropping up was the matter of defense. Could we defend ourselves if we were independent? We are too small a nation. But gradually they became accustomed to it because he talked about it and he got the people used to it. And when the time came, it was more or less a natural transition.
It was in the summer of 1977 that Sir Randol received his royal knighthood.
He was knighted here on the Queen's own ship by the Queen herself. That knighthood was a sort of culmination of the work that he had been doing all along. It may have seemed all easy on that day, but that came from much sweat.
Sweat, sacrifice, and the faith to move a mountain.
One man can change the history, and Labor Day is named after him. Many of the trade unions trace their origin to the work that my father has done.
I would like him to be remembered as a man of strong character. He was a fearless personality, and he stood up for what he believed. Stood up in spite of life-defying circumstances, and he sacrificed a lot. And that is how come the Bahamas has arrived at this particular stage today.